A very warm welcome. This is Tan Consulting Group Limited. Today is 22nd April 2021. Happy to host you today for our webinar, Emotional Intelligence, Self-Management, and Organizational Productivity. We are happy to have you back. AgroSeedco Company Limited, AgroSeedco Limited. Thank you very much for logging in. Black Investments, we are happy to have you. Murphy Chemicals, thank you for joining us this week. And also Youth Affairs, and as well as company that's going to check it out. So welcome very much, Beverly. You can see Joseph is in, Margaret, Patricia, Richard, Sylvester, Vera, and Winnie Nyambura. It's exactly 8:30 by my watch, and I think today we want to spend less time with the basics. This is a continuation of the previous webinar. We started a series of webinars that we have been running for emotional intelligence. This is the second in the series. We did last week, but one, we did emotional intelligence, so focusing on self-awareness. Today we develop on the things we picked from that webinar and building into the second dimension, which is self-management. So for your comfort, this webinar is recorded and shall be available on our YouTube channel. You can follow us as Tan Consulting Group Limited, and you're able to catch up the discussions thereafter after the webinar. On the other hand, in case you need to ask a question when the webinar is going on, please use the question box at the bottom of your screen, and you can put your question there. It shall be answered either as the program goes on or at the very end of the program. Further, in case you need to contribute, giving an opinion, an idea, you're also welcome. Put it in the chat box, and the facilitator will continuously pick them along the way and loop them in the discussion. This is a sharing session, so we are happy to have everyone participate and giving their contribution, because the truth is we have had the forms of experience and encounters that will ring your mind as the session goes on. So welcome very much to this particular session. For your comfort, we shall put everyone on video mode. However, we encourage you to switch your microphone off so that then it does not interfere with the progress of the learning. Or in case you have any background noise, it does not interrupt the learners. So I would invite each one of us in the next 1 minute. Let's share one objective that you have this morning as you join this conversation today. What is your one objective? So that at least we can pick your mind, and the panelists will be happy to at least put himself in sync with our expectation. What is your one expectation for this particular session? In a minute, go to the chat box and share your one expectation. Welcome Robert Koech, Rahab Wangeshi, Peter Mbogo, Justus Muriuki, Joseph Mito, Beverly Ayuma, Sylvester Kimayo, and Winnie Nyambura. Thank you, Joseph. It's time for our trainer to take off. Kindly press the button send so that we can pick up on your expectations. Thank you, Joseph, for sharing. Joseph says his one expectation is to learn on how to improve productivity by improving self-management. Thank you, Joseph, for sharing that. Remember to adjust your settings on the chat box so that then you send your expectation or your input to all panelists and attendees so that everyone is able to see. Let's share, just send that input so that we can hand over to our trainer of the day. Thank you, Sylvester. Sylvester says his expectation is to learn how to manage himself and to manage others. Thank you, Sylvester. Karibu Asike. Peter says his expectation is to audit his whole life in all dimensions over the years and look through the crystal ball on the remaining years of his life. Wow, how beautiful. Welcome, Robert. You are free to switch on your videos. It's not limited. Beverly says, should like to learn on stakeholder management. That's our expectation. Okay. So at this juncture, I would like to invite Dr. Stanley, who took us through self-awareness, is going to develop this conversation further and move it from where we stopped. He's going to start by looking up for the sake of those of us who are not present during that discussion, so that we are not really lost so much. So welcome very much. Rahab has shared her expectation. It says she's expecting to learn on investing in myself so that I can effectively offer quality management and leadership. Thank you very much, Rahab, for that sharing. So welcome, Dr. Stanley, to this particular session. We're ready for you, and over to you. Karibuni.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I have my very good friend who does not shy from where is my friend Wellington? Wellington, I know you don't shy from video. Can you say good morning? Wellington Wasike, can you say good morning? Yes. Can you say good morning to our fellow participants?
Dr. Stanley Karanja, morning.
Morning, morning to you.
To everybody, good morning.
Hope they have
Wellington.
Morning. Thanks, guys. You can see I'm masking up. Everybody, please make sure you mask up. And
if you are near somebody else.
Okay. Thanks, Doc.
Yes. Karib sana. Karib sana. Rahab, can you put your video on and say good morning? Rahab, can you put your video and say good morning?
Good morning.
Thank you. You must be driving or you must be flying. I hope you are you are vaccinated. Thank you. I like this. Okay.
I'm out of town, but I'm determined.
Oh, you're determined. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Winnie Nyambura, where are you? Can you, you know, sometimes in this video, it's good always to connect. Hey, Winnie.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Winnie, and welcome. Murioki, Justus. Where is Murioki? Where is Murioki? Where is Murioki? Justus Murioki. Put your video on and say something. Mute.
Good
unmute.
morning, everyone.
Yes, morning, Justus. How is wherever you are?
I'm in Mombasa and we are doing quite well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, and I welcome all of us. And I'll go direct to sharing today's training. today's training. We had shared today. Can everybody first of all confirm that did you receive in your email something like this? Can I get a yes at the chat box? Did you receive something like this in your emails? Did you receive the self-evaluation matrix? Can I hear you received it? Okay. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Oh, yes, I have some few years. Thank you very much. So this will be our business today to build on where we were so that we continue very well. So always good to introduce myself, Dr. Stanley Karanja from Stan Consulting Group Limited. And today we'll be handling the discussion on self-management and organization productivity. I appreciate your day quick investing in myself. Rahab, stakeholder management. Beverly, I like the way you like taking us forward. Now you have gone stakeholder management. Beyond self-management is okay. We will deal with it. Peter, audit my whole life in all dimensions in years and look through the crystal ball remaining years of my life. Thank you very much. And what Mbogo you have asked, what has made me go back to the self-evaluation matrix, and which we shall be able to look at it in further details. How to manage myself and manage others. Cool. Rahab, you'll get it will be shared to you shortly. Stan Consulting Group Limited. We are together, we are in this, we are in consulting, we are in management. We are in strategy, we are in customer, we are in research, we are in HR, we are in people development and organization productivity. Self-management is one of the dimensions of emotional intelligence. When you manage self, you'll be fulfilled and you'll be an impact to the others. And that's what we're saying, self-management, after looking at self-awareness last week, this week we are looking at self-management. Then in the coming week, we shall be looking on social awareness and relationship management. If you know yourself, then you can be able to manage yourself, and then social awareness, understanding the environment that we are in, we can also be able to relate with others better. So let's redefine as a recap of emotional intelligence. That is the ability to effectively manage our feelings and relationships. People who have high emotional intelligence are adept to noticing how emotions affect others and understand motivations behind their actions. I would ask us to share our thoughts. Since last time, majority of us, we were in this training. The last webinar, we were on this training. Have you seen any change in how you do things, and what is that change? So let's get to chat box. Does emotional intelligence, before understanding it and after understanding it, did you benefit from it by just discussing one tenet of it, self-awareness? Let's go to the chat box. Self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Was it impactful to you? Do you appreciate it? Would you recommend for others, for people to know themselves? Share something. Did you discover that many people don't know themselves? Share something. Let's go to the chat box. We want to have a very interactive time together today. So go to the chat box. What was your benefit for the last 2 weeks? So, and from here, then next week, we'll have the other 2 tenets together. So can I get a chat from you? What was your experience after learning self-awareness? How are you handling yourself and others? Thank you, Fabian. Fabian says, I discovered a new dimension about myself. I discovered new dimension about myself. That's very interesting. In this life, even in school, we go to school, but many at times, we don't get to know the things that who we are. And if you remember the Sunday schools, when we used to go to Sunday schools, those who went to Sunday school, and most of us went to Sunday school, there was the issue of knowing God. Mungu alituumba tumjue, tumpende, tumtumikie. At your level, Mungu alikuumba, know thyself, control thyself, give thyself. And that's the backbone of leadership. So emotional intelligence is a measure of understanding multiple aspects. That is understanding yourself, managing yourself, understanding others, and managing others. And it is not an easy science. We must use appropriate tools. We must take a pen and a paper, write down what we need to do and what we need to achieve. Just said I've improved the way I handle others and managing my emotions effectively. Thank you very, very much, Justus. And we shall continue getting and interacting. And the trying to do is the getting it done. And there is something we shall learn today, one of the models of getting things done. So we are saying it's about self-awareness, it's about self-management. We learned about self-awareness, today we are learning about self-management. Then next week we shall learn about social awareness and the social skills which builds knowing others and managing others. We shall combine the unit for next week, Thursday 29th. The 3 competencies of self-awareness we looked was emotional self-awareness, how am I, who am I, accurate self-assessment, and personal power, self-confidence. How do you build self-confidence in life? And this is part of what we want to become better. And when we know ourselves, we can be impactful to others in life. We're gonna lead others in life. We're gonna lead others at our workplaces. The personal power, having known yourself, having assessed yourself. So these are the competencies that help us to manage ourselves. And knowing your own emotions, recognizing their impact, using gut sense to guide decisions, emotional self-awareness. Do document the issues that you do. Sometimes you cannot explain why they're happening. Then you need to have accurate self-awareness, knowing one's strengths. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Write them down yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses. Ask your colleague to write your strengths and weaknesses. And remember, this is what we learned last week about Johari window. There is a place that I know myself and the outside people, and everybody else knows about me. There's a place I know myself, they don't know about me. There's a place others know about you and you don't know about it. And there's a zone where no one knows about neither you, neither them, nor them they know about that. So accurate self-aware and the issue of the sense of one's self-worth and capabilities. You are worthy. God created you, you are unique in this world. You are worthy, you have talent, you have skills. All what you need to know is to know them and how you will use them better, confidently, having that power, God-given power, and also what you are able to gain over lifetime and meeting with others. This is the process of self-mastery. Self-mastery, when you know yourself, you will say you need to discover yourself. You need to develop yourself. After knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, you need now to develop. Where are you today? Where shall you be tomorrow? Where shall you be next time? In 5 years, many a times we do organization strategy and development, strategic plan from vision, mission, values, goals one, what to achieve. I'll achieve this goal this month, the strategic goals monthly objectives. What do you have for yourself? Have you ever taken a paper and a pen and took time to write what is your vision in this life? What is your purpose? What are the values do you believe in? How are you developing yourself? And then you build self-mastery by dealing with yourself, dealing with others, and the environment and others. And then when you achieve the self-mastery, then you get to what's called self-actualization. You are able to have what is called the personal power and be able to handle others and situations. And that enhances your productivity, both to self, a happy person, self-actualization, and an asset to the organization that you're working with, and the people that you meet, you impact them positively. On self-mastery, it's very important to know about the 4 intelligences of life. And these are the organ in the respective intelligences. That is the body, the mind, the heart, and the soul. And we will put them into perspective under the human intelligences, where we say physical intelligence is where we're talking about the body. You need to take care of your body. Mental intelligence, you need to take about your mind. Emotional intelligence, you need to take care of your heart. Spiritual intelligence, you need to take care of your soul. What shall you live in this world? And this one what forms every human being's purpose in life. How gonna you live? How gonna you learn? How gonna you love? And how gonna you leave a legacy in this life at your workplace? How are you living? How are you learning? How are we in the community of experts together? How do we deal with one another? Do we love one another? Are we supporting one another? Selflessly, giving thyself. And what legacy shall we leave? And without forgetting the financial intelligence, which is very, very important because it is the medium of many of our exchanges to be able to achieve, which we have added on that. So on self-evaluation matrix, there's something we shared on email. If you've not got, you'll write an email, we'll get back to you. What are your mission? What is the vision that you have? You need to take a pen and paper and write down, my vision is to be. Or God created me to deliver this. So there are visions which are stated as ongoing and others you will achieve. The mission, your purpose, to live how, to learn how, to love how, and how shall you leave a legacy? What are your values? Are you a person of integrity? Are you a person of great competence and conscience? Then write down your goals. At least have one goal. You can have 15 goals because I've divided this document into 5 types, into 3 in each set. You can have 15 goals, but have 5 goals for yourself. Body, physical intelligence, about mental intelligence, about emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and financial intelligence. When we go to physical intelligence, how are you feeding 5 years ago? And how are you doing now? And 5 years to come and 15 years to come, you need. So it's still planning, but not positive. You need to exercise. What is your weight today? Is it good? Is it okay? Then you need to see how are you 5 years ago? How are you now? 5 years to come and 15 years to. Life is about planning and actualizing. And today, at that time, are you relaxing? We need to plan, even how we say, which is your choice to where to be. Mental intelligence. What are you reading? What are you reading? What exams, what webinars were you 5 years ago now, 5 years coming and in future? Always good to engage your mind. There's power in brain engagement. Teach. If you help teach people, you coach them, share knowledge, you become better. If you are doing it, see how the incremental you'll be able to get. If you have not been doing it, start doing it. Practice what you teach. Practice what you say. Put it into perspective. Have a plan. This is how it was. This is how it is. 5 years and 15 years is how I'm going to be. Come to emotional intelligence. Did I know myself 5 years ago? I don't know. I know. Self-management. Have you been managing yourself now? And 5 years coming, how shall you manage yourself? Are you part of like our grandparents who know who invested in their children so that when they grow old, they will take care of them? Or what is your plan in life? How will you self-manage yourself in the next 15 years? Or will you become a burden to others? Very important for us to be able to know that. Social awareness today and in the future. How have we been? How are we? How shall we? Relationship management. How do I have friends? And sometimes you don't need to have, but it's important to have. So again, what is this? And you can create that social network, which is very important. And that's why we'll continue learning that next week. Spiritual intelligence, have you discovered your meaning? Are you discovering the values, integrity? Are you a person of conscience, great conscience, accountability? Legacy, what shall you leave? Then come to money. Again, you need to write down their revenue generation. How are you making money? Yes, your employer making money. Thank you. How you are managing waste? Many at times we have a lot of waste. That's why people struggle. And this comes from the way we are socialized. Just like spending, we become impulsive buyers. We suffer from what's called the pecking order system. Because somebody has, you have a good car, you have your Beats, you have your Beats, so you have your Probox or a Mazda or whatever type of a car you have. But because you see others with big engines, you feel yours is not okay. And you prayed, learn to get satisfied. Stop waste. Investment. What were your investments? Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And on matters of investment, sometimes there is what's called reserve investments. And that's why the difference between people who go to school and those who did not go to school. When you become so much on investment calculating, sometimes you will never invest. So sometimes you must appreciate and get to know there's what's called reserve investment. Sometimes you can invest in something, you will not get returns now, but after some time, when your energy goes down, it will pay back. It will be able to take care of you. Competences within self-management. How is your behavior? Do you control your behavior? How are your appetites? Are you able to manage your appetite? That's on physical intelligence. Are you able to push yourself on mental intelligence and be able to learn or read, sacrifice a bit of sleep and time to be able to develop yourself better? Are you able to self-control and manage some waste and invest? Another competence is about integrity, which goes to our value, particularly in the spiritual intelligence, the values. Are you a person of integrity? Are you having nightmares in life? Innovation and creativity. How innovative are you? How creative are you? Do you still believe others know you don't know? Do you believe every situation there is a solution? And this one it comes handy in productivity. You're in College of Insurance, you're in the youth affairs. What different are you doing, Rehema? What are you doing, Rahab? What different are you doing, Joseph, Ashira? Initiative. And initiative is innovation, initiative, creativity, bias for action. Very important in self-management. And this is where, after knowing yourself, how do you manage yourself? Are you a person Do you belong to the Kahoot that always complain? No, there is a solution. God provides us enough. Just engage your brain to make that place where you are with your colleagues a fulfilling place, a fulfilling organization where you can be able to deliver value and be impactful to others and to generation. Achievement drive, this is personal. You have to develop your goals are the ones who make you have that drive to need to get. So always have stretchable goals, have ambitious goals that makes you wake up. What is that thing that makes you awake? If you do not have that thing that makes you awake, need to have it. And this is where you'll discover, even when you are getting challenges from the naysayers, you'll still have something still left for you to pursue. In organization, do you have the vision? We have the mission. Are you focused to it? Are you the one who says it never happened, it will not happen? Are you thinking different on how can we think different in the new normal? Realistic optimism. We must see ahead. We must be focused. We must be self-motivating to see future. And because that's the drive of life, hope. Persistence. Perseverance. Resilience. Are you able to do more? Are you the people who, when you go even for physical intelligence, emotional intelligence, you walk, you have decided you'll be walking 1 kilometer. Then you go 400 meters, you are tired. You have decided you'll be going 5 kilometers, but you can never achieve. You have decided that you'll go for gym. You've decided that you'll be walking and be able to be taking care of. You've decided that you'll be running. You've decided that you'll be doing some yoga, but you never do it. You don't have perseverance, endurance, resilience. When you are good in physical intelligence, you are good in mental intelligence, you will also be able to deal with the challenges of emotional intelligence. You will have haters. I was visiting my good friend, one of my friends, who also made me meet another friend of theirs in one of rehabilitation centers. And it is interesting, the challenges of emotional intelligence that people are facing. You feel like you're not loved by people, you get stressed, it goes to nervous breakdown. Why? You need to build your resilience. It does not need to be done by somebody else. You need to build it continuously, consistently. Endurance. If it's about physical intelligence, how you're managing your weight, how you're managing yourself, see the photo we have there. Keep running, keep doing it. If you have a target of doing 5 kilometers, strive by the next 3 months, you'll be doing 10 kilometers. Keep continuously, consistently. Stress management. Nobody shall ever manage stress for you. You are the author of the stress. You are the one, and mostly stress comes because you either do not have clear goals. So others give you the goals because you don't have, then they stress you. Or your goals are so small. You need to have stretchable goals, ambitious goals, that even others, when others present theirs, even the organization, you still feel this is it. And remember, stress management has two sides. There's what's called eustress, which is positive stress, that I have ambitious goals, I need to meet them. I have taken loans, I need to pay them. They need to make me work, wake up, and work more. And there's one thing I really remember from my first employer was an Indian boss who had run a small business in this country. And one time I asked him, why is it that you have overdraft facility? And then I remember the sales we've been doing were very good. The other 3 months, the last 3 months, we could have paid that. He told me, let me tell you, in life, I can never stay without loans. I can never stay without overdrafts because they make me wake up even at night, start thinking on what can I do stress management. That is the side of eustress. Pushing yourself, getting things done. Then there is the side of distress. Distress is where you have no control. You left yourself physically, then life now is, things are over control to you. You did not manage themselves. Then emotionally, you can't manage situations. You never put yourself, you never did enough to be able to understand yourself. Now you are stressed. You think people hate you, and you are the first hater to thyself. Personal agility. We need to be agile. Everything that we do. If we are going with our goals this side, COVID comes, there is change, we change with it. At workplace, things are changing. Even the big organization. Think of even an organization like Safaricom. If not aware, they are now going to not matrix organization structures, they are going to agile teams. Now, there are those who will be able to have agility, will look forward to be agile, will be able to have openness to change. They will survive. And in self-management, and in this good life given by Almighty God, we need to have an intention. And thank you for all those who have participated today, because you have an intention to be better, to better yourself, to better your organization, to better one another, to build a community of experts. And we really appreciate SIDCO. This is the second webinar you're attending together as a team. This is building for you as a team what is called the community of experts, the community of EQs, emotional intelligent people. You can be able to relate. You'll be able to have the same meta language when you're discussing issues. From Wellington, Robert, Winnie, Richard, Beverly, Roy, Peter, Joseph, Fabian, fantastic, Sylvester, Joseph, and I hope the same Justus. I know we have plans for your organization, Celestine, Rehema, Rahab, all this. When you build together, and it's always good even if you have decided to join alone, because it is gonna make you now have that urge, how can I help others? Intentionality. What is your intention in life? What is your intention today? What is your intention at workplace? And as we say, self-management helps even in organization productivity, even helps your self-productivity to achieve your goals in life and help others achieve theirs. What do you think you will need to do differently going forward? I think that one is a homework that you need to carry with yourself. So let's understand self-management. It's a competence to shape one's own personal and professional development, independent from external influences. We will be able to have many external influences in life: our colleagues, our families, our government, our associates. You are the one who is in charge of your destiny in self-management. Get to know yourself, get to know, even you need to appreciate and know even your family setup. You are number what in your family? You are born alone, you have your good things and challenges, and look for outside, how do you complement or supplement? You are born in a family of 10, you are number 2, you're number 7, you're number 1. Everyone is unique and you have your own destiny. You are in charge. Don't get stressed. Get aligned. This means it's up to you to find your place in the world and know when to change the course. Peter Drucker, now that of managing oneself, emphasizes that we are living in an age of unprecedented opportunities. So it is us to choose how we want to deal with them. God gave us the free will, the freedom to be able to choose what is right and what is wrong. Those choices also have responsibility of our own development, our personal maturity, and how we connect with others, and how we shall enjoy life together and enjoy life yourself. There is a program that I train, and of course I'll be training next week for our in-house training for our customer. One of the perspective, how do we take customer experience And most of the time, in the many of the things people have been talking about customer as internal customer, the colleagues, and then there is the external customer as the suppliers or the ones who are buying. But the first customer is yourself. How do you take care of yourself? Do you know yourself? How do you manage yourself? Do you love yourself? Knowledge workers must effectively be their own chief executives. You are your own boss. You must manage yourself better. Know yourself, control thyself. Everyone is a leader created by God. You are your own chief executive. Why do you want? You are employed in an organization because you are an asset. When you reach the organization, you change the perception. When you meet others, you become a liability. And this happens in many organizations. Help change the culture in the organization. Talk to people and never get tired. Talk to them. Put systems. Let's put systems in our organizations that shall help unlock potential. It means we are both a company and a manager. Your body, your mind personify the company through its beliefs and psychological qualities. So there is the you, then there is the company. Then there is, it expands that way until the entire universe. Your behavior and how you handle your decisions to bring the business to prosperity. Prosper represents your role as a manager. What do you do in your organization? Are you waiting for government? Are you waiting for UN to help you? No, you have that little thing that you can do so well and change the world. That little thing that you can do it and do it well. You have the mind, contribute. Don't be a laggard. Very, very important. A large part of the working population is chronically stressed. Why are they stressed? Because either the culture of the organization have not allowed them to express themselves, particularly the current generation we're having. We need to create an opportunity for them to feel they can make decisions, they can know themselves. That's the current generation. And the current generation has now also been impacted not only by technology, the vice versa is it, whereby we need to think different and deeper is now we are working from home or different locations, connecting together. Physical is becoming a problem. People are not getting to work ethics faster than they were before, but we have an opportunity. The generations are getting critically stressed. Everybody have taken advantage of COVID time and no employment, challenges of life. Some already at the end of their strength and suffer from symptoms of overwork, such as burnout. Sometimes burnout, you will get burnout if you did not take care of your physical intelligence. You don't have endurance in yourself. Even when you're given a small task, you get tired. You start feeling stressed. You start feeling, you start getting diseases because there's some elements, physical intelligence, mentally, your capacity to think is little. You don't engage yourself into difficult, tough reading. Emotional intelligence, you don't love people, you don't love others, even those that hate you, love them. You get burnout when you get just one hater. Give me the hater, becomes my friend. That's the attitude. Self-management comes into play when you become self-aware. That's what we did last time. Then you need to know yourself in all the competences where you are and create a journey, enable you to achieve the life you want. That's the importance of self-management. Stop blaming external factors. You are your own problem. You are their own solution. Stop blaming others, they don't love you. The problem is you don't love yourself. The Bible says, the good book says, and I believe they so to the Quran, that love others, love your neighbor as you love thyself. So the denominator is yourself. How would you love somebody else, yet you don't love yourself? Stop blaming others. If they hate you, check thyself. You hated yourself first. When you're learning to manage yourself, you recognize the impact of your emotions and the thoughts on a given action. So continuously, we need to start now If there's something I've gone off the mark, what is this that I've done? Particularly on matters of emotions, how we are speaking to others because of stresses and all. And by the way, life is life. Not saying that you and I, we are learning to be angels. No, let's live life. If you're gonna shout, bang the table, bang it, but don't stick there that you're the one who bangs tables. No, say I banged because I was expressing myself. It was unfortunate it happened this. I think next time, what do you think I should do different? Should I breathe in? Should I take a cup of, or should I run? I'm in a community whereby we have many of good people, willing people. We do a lot of physical exercises in the evenings where we go, we meet, and it has built over time. Over 20 parks who walk for 2 hours. Well, the condition is also good. In 2 hours, we do between 12 and 15 kilometers. Just walking. And not just walking, brisk walking, focused. And sometimes we also choose to go alone, walk alone, have your you time, have your me time. If you walk like 2 hours steadily for 1.5 hours, you walk 10 kilometers, it means you are focused. Your emotions, your thoughts starts getting refreshed. You start appreciating things differently. You get more benefits of even endurance and resilience, part of self-management. So recognize your impact on your emotions. What is this that is disturbing you? There's a solution. Talk to me. Talk to your friend. Talk to yourself. What is it? It makes you responsible, self-management, and equipped to evaluate your work and determine your way to proceed. Take a pen and a paper. Judge Wapner, in his ruling, said them, and that's the basis of jurisprudence and law, that what was not written, it's not powerful. Write it down. That's why even when you go to police, the first thing they tell you, record a statement. This far, let's go to the chat box. What is your takeout? What is your takeout? Self. And we are a community of experts. We are 20 people. We are 20 people. Get to the chat box. What's your takeout? Always let's learn to write down something. It helps us to become better. Get to the chat box. If you have a question, go to the question. Go to the question and answer box. If you have a question, go to the question and answer box. If you are, but go to chat. Are you feeling inspired? What is inspiring you? What are you going to start doing today? It's always good to assess ourselves. And that's when we are driving. We always look at the speedometer of our vehicles. What speed are we driving? You must be able to know. In self-management, where are we? How are we moving? Even in this webinar, where are we? How are we moving? Let me get your contribution. Get to the chat. Get to the chat. Get to the chat. Let's chat. Let's chat. What is this one thing you've learned this morning? The best way you can motivate me is also for you to share, so that we can go on together. Thank you. Thank you. Let's share. Let's share. Yes. Robert says, stop blaming external factors of my problem and start working on solutions for my challenges. Yes. That's powerful, Robert. Don't blame. If something happens, say it's an opportunity for you to become better. Anytime you meet something, a challenge, thank God for that opportunity. If you are broke, thank God that you are broke. But don't stay in that situation. How will you get out of it? If you feel that people are hating you, it's an opportunity to seek, do you love yourself? Stop blaming others. Self-evaluation will be my priority. Rahab says, yes, you need to know thyself. And there's some things you can't change. You know your height, yes. You know your weight, you can work on it. You know your temperaments, you can work on them. You have a vision, you don't have, do it. Team spirit is important, but we are as strong as our priorities. Yes. Thank you, Roy. Let's never misuse the name team spirit. Team, it's teamwork. And then there's some who are taking advantage of others. I should not blame external factors, personal and professional. Thank you, Sylvester. Yes. Never blame anyone in this life. Don't even blame COVID. There's still an opportunity, even COVID time. God has given us new way of thinking. And also we had run too fast. We are not thinking. We are destroying the environment. It's up to me to find my place in the world and know when to change the course. Thank you, Richard. I am the author of my own stress. Thank you, Patricia. Joseph, difference in positive stress and distress. Yes, Joseph. Positive stress is called eustress. Stress yourself. Don't be, so that even when somebody else comes with the stress, it's nothing. You're used to big stress, endurance, resilience. Eustress and distress. Thanks, Joseph. Thank you, Peter. We are the drivers of our own destiny. Take control. Peter, let's take control. I am in charge of my decision. Ultimately, I chart my own path. Yes. Don't fear anything. You're in charge. Even the organization. Let us build community where even everybody in the organization, in part of coaching and mentoring, let's see our people, help them to know themselves. Get to them, print that document, tell that document of self-evaluation, tell everybody, write it and bring it to me. And everyone here, make sure you feel it. That's why I'm a doctor. Yeah? I will keep it secret. Share it with me. Have you filled? Always have, or get another person, significant other, to check for you. And you'll get some good feedback. Someone will say, there's nothing you're writing. Write. And they will help develop yourself. Let's develop one another. Robert says, stop blaming Serekal for all the problems. If you hear somebody complaining about government, he is a problem. There's a problem mentally, mental problem. Why do you blame others? Why do you blame government? What have you done for it? So, why are you blaming organization? Why are you saying the organization, there's no salaries to pay our people? Why am I not paid? Did you do your part? On a day-to-day, can you validate every hour? What did you contribute? What did you generate? If you're in production, did you produce? And if you are producing, did you seek customer requirement? Did you see the other side of the coin of the organization? Did you inspire all the arms of the business?
Hello, Mwalimu.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Rehema?
This is Rehema.
Yes, Rehema.
I have sent a chat, but it is indicating Rahab, and I'm Rehema. I don't know.
Oh, you okay? My technical team.
Yes, because I'm appearing as Rahab Wangeshi.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who has sent the message of I take charge of my life fully.
Yes.
Work smart.
Ah, great. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
So can it be taken care of? Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, you're already taking in charge. You're already taking care of that. Thank you, Rehema. Thank you so much. Karibu sana. So let's continue. Self-management techniques to put you in the center of your life. What are these techniques? Let's look one of them. First of all, 3 important things to keep in mind on how to start managing your life. Very simple. Number 1, start with a goal. You have the self-evaluation. There is a vision, mission, and goals, and we have put them into 5 perspectives. physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial. Go and get a friend. Print one copy and go and discuss. Your children where possible, your family, your colleagues at workplace. What is their personal goal? Then come to the business goal. If they've never understood even the organization, why sometimes productivity is a problem in the organization. Some people in the organization don't know the goals of the organization, don't know the vision, the mission. They have not internalized. Sometimes they say it. Don't live a busy life. If you don't know where you want to be, it's unlikely you'll be able to manage yourself meaningfully. Define your objectives and set goals at all levels. Start with a goal. Don't be busy running around, not knowing. It's not an 8 to 5 job. It's a daily choice. It's an hourly choice. It is a way of thinking. It cannot be switched off after work. Self-management. Sometimes you may think it's a weekly choice. It's fine. It takes time to build it. It takes time to build the character of focus to thyself. Make a plan. Plan a strategy to achieve the goal and implement it. And keep evaluating it. Where am I? Where am I now? Where will I be? There are many ways you can put into action the life you want to live. And the best way is to start by testing a few techniques while being conscious of the decisions you've made throughout the process. And every time, ask yourself, write down, next 5 years, where will I be? And put 3, you can also put it in 3 continents. One very high level, then middle, and the lower one. But choose to go for if you aim the sun, you're gonna be in the moon. But if you never aimed anywhere, you're gonna not be anywhere. So there are also other techniques that I wanna share with you. 4 of them. 1, adopt the getting things done attitude. Getting things done. Whatever it takes, we wanna make it happen. We want to squeeze, we want to prioritize, we want to make it happen. Number 2, practice the Pomodoro technique. What is Pomodoro technique? To boost your focus. Are you going to do everything? And the thing that you're going to do, are you going to be focused to achieving it well? Put your mind and time there. Have a pen and a paper, the distractors. How are you going to deal with distraction? Use the Eisenhower matrix to prioritize and delegate. This is the time management quadrant, the 4 time management quadrant, the 4 quadrant time management. They're using the Eisenhower matrix to prioritize and delegate. We are seeing as it shortly. And then learn to say no. Learn to say no so that you can stay true to your goals. But remember, there are those people who always have the character of saying no. It's a disease. Learn to say yes. In business entrepreneurship, ask me. I will tell you yes. I will get it done. It's a spirit. It's cultivated. So adopt getting things done framework according to David Allen, the creator of Getting Things Done. Also, I also claim I'm also a creator of Getting Things Done module on execution, on making things work at workplace, execution, getting things done. David Allen is on self-management. It's about knowing what to do at any given moment. As Stan Consulting, our motto is getting things done, whatever it takes, and connected to our values, that we are passionate with what we do. We are passionate, prudence, persistent, perseverance, and professional. Getting things framework. The idea is very simple. Clear your mind for important things by capturing and organizing all your tasks that need to be done in logical sequence. What do I need to achieve? I know first thing today morning, achieve, connect, and build community of expertise. This allows you to take control of what needs to be done, avoiding mental distractions, so you can focus on execution. Make sure whatever you say you'll do it today. You can strain a bit time, but make sure that you have done it. It is based on 5 steps, the getting things done, and the abbreviation is CORE. But this CORE has double, CORE with double, just write it down, CORE with double C. And you can write the first C is capture. Capture your thoughts, capture your things. The second one is clarify. Clarify. Is it still within your line of sight? Capture all the things, your ideas, your recurring tasks, long email responses, meetings, everything. Capture, write them down, clarify. Clarify the things you have to do. This is the time to decide to take task of the action or not. Then we must have organize those actions. Take the priority and categorize. Assign due dates and when possible. Use your phone. We have the gadgets now. Use the phone. Organize. When shall we meet next? Like next week, 29th Thursday, we'll be having another training on the next 2, and then we shall have a certificate for those who have attended 3 of them. Then organize, then reflect on your to-do list. This is when you revise all the system and pick what your task should be. And this one helps us to go to the 4-time quadrant. Here, right, in time management, we help people to develop what's called the things to do, the to-do list. Then you clarify, you organize, you reflect, because God gives you the thought process, and then you organize, you reflect, and you engage. After reflecting, you have to do. Don't postpone. There are people who are very good in writing down fantastic good things, ideas, they cannot do. A suffering that we have even in our country. We hear the Asian tigers, they became what they are, but they took the strategies from the shelves of our records in our government department. Things are well done, but not documented. And this also a Stand Consulting Group, we help people do strategies which are executable, which performance management we will do, and ask the big questions. We help the board not only sit down and enjoy themselves, but to know what is the science appropriate to deliver things, the questioning technique, and getting the best out of it. So engage and get to work. At this stage, the tasks are organized, priorities broken down into actions in exactly what you want to be doing and how you'd be doing it. So remember the word core: capture, clarify, organize, reflect, engage. Go again, take this GTD framework, getting things done. Get a friend, get your family, get to your department. Start, share it. You have this, share it with others. It's gonna become powerful. Practice the Pomodoro technique. Avoid task hopping. Do one simple. Pomodoro means do one thing at a time. If you get distractions, write them down. The idea is to choose one task and make the small commitment of spending 25 minutes completely focused on it. Focus on it. Followed by short breaks of 5 minutes. Take a cup of tea, but don't forget what you're doing. After 4 cycles, allow yourself for another break of 30 minutes. Like what we do in strategic planning. We go out offsite, we do it. Short time. We are one of the consulting group here, and we can be able to deliver a strategic plan within 2 weeks, having engaged the entire organization. The technique will only work if you set your environment to avoid interruptions, whether external or internal. Internal meaning your thoughts. Sometimes we get distracted in our minds. You see a call has come, you take it. I can also choose to be distracted in this webinar. I also think those who are calling me, some of them senior, some of them wanting support, some of them, but it's a choice. I will focus, and on the later, I'll deal with the rest. Before you go into the deep work mode, take a few breaths. Assess if that triggers any discomfort in you. Begin gradually increase your Pomodoro. Pomodoro, we are saying, avoid task hopping. What you are doing, you do. But again, be careful. It does not mean that you cannot do other things. We do many things, we do more things, is again, that art, the technique of focus. The technique of focus. It does not mean now that you're the production manager, Fabian, then you will not be a HR. You're also a HR because you lead people. You need to have time to coach people, job training, on-the-job training, on-the-job coaching. Because when they become better, you will produce higher quality. Does not mean Beverly they should not go to production. Needs to go to production, understand the production facility, how it runs, so that when she'll be interviewing for someone for the production, understands the business, and vice versa. Each day, seek to optimize your productivity. Subsequently, you find more balance in your life. You'll be so fulfilled. You'll be happy. You'll be happy. You'll be a person of value to yourself and to others. Check yourself. How do you dress? How do you eat? Do you eat well? I'm not saying you overeat. Eat good, nicely. Take care. Don't be wasteful. Dress well. Take care of your looks. Be positive to thyself. Then you can be able to impact others. Number 3 is Eisenhower matrix to prioritize and delegate. This is what I call the 4-quadrant time management technique. And in this technique, it's one way of improving self-management by prioritizing what is urgent and what is important. In HR, we say this is in your JD. What is important and urgent. You are the one to do it. But if you are so good, you can also be able to do of your next level, your boss, because you're in mentorship. What you'll see, it's not important, but it's urgent for your boss. So the boss delegates to you. So you're on the growth path. There's somebody you have identified in the organization. You have many things that you're doing. You develop that person by delegating some things so that they also grow, because they have been able to manage what they can do, so you can give them more. So in this technique, it helps you achieve what is most important and understand what to delegate. Important and urgent, it's in your JD, you are the one responsible. There's also what is important and is not urgent. That one, you decide when to do it. You can diarize. So there are 4 Ds. Number 1, do. Number 2, decide, diarize when to do it. So I hope you're writing. There's power in writing. So you do, you decide, diarize. Because it is important, though it's not urgent, but remember, it should not stress you that time when it comes. So you need to know and give it time to check, to inspect, even to get consultation widely. Then we have what we say is to delegate. These are things that someone else can do. They are urgent, not necessarily you, someone else can do. And there is what you need to know in life. You delete. So important. So when you're using Eisenhower, we can practice. You can go and practice this, and you can go and have some colleagues at work and say, every person, every department, go and write down what is the 4 quadrant for your issues. Maybe this was a journalist had to write an article today. Do it now. So that was on the doing. Decide. This is scheduling. That's what I'm saying. Arise. Schedule a time to do it. Like things like it's important and it's not urgent. You need to exercise. You need to go and run the field. You need to practice. You need to walk. You need to be calling a family and a friend. You not necessarily during at workplace. Diarize. Some of these things you can do when you're on jam. I hear people when they're on jam, they're complaining, oh, you're wasting. Sometimes others even cause accident because their mind is out of this world. That's why we have our telecoms doing very well, particularly in where there's many jam. That's the time people do other things. Not only calling friends, even researching for articles. Long-term business strategy. Long-term business strategy, it needs to be diarized. It needs to be planned. It is very important. and not something to be done on a haste. Decide, diarize. Scheduling for interviews. You have someone else in your department. You can do schedule for me, booking flights, help me book flights, approving comments. You have good English, help me, check for me. Someone who's very good, does very well, communicates well, answering certain mails can be done by someone, not necessarily you. When it comes, thank you, will be able to respond and decide the right when to be done by specifically. Everybody sharing articles, when shall you share? Then there is one who is not important, not urgent. Watching television. Well, depending. I see people who have invested, okay, and does not me have not invested in. I've also invested in fact of most latest versions of television, but it can never stop me to do my work because I was watching television. Family fights because of television, that they must see certain program, they must see whatever. Is it your core? If it is in your core business, if it's urgent and important to watch television, do it then. Checking social media. But there is also social media, if it's your job, important and urgent, do it. If it's important and not urgent, diarize it. Sorting through junk mail. So it depends on your job. It depends what you are. And this is management. Your matrix cannot be the same with any other person in this world, even at workplace. So number 4, let's go to learn to say no, to stay true to your goals. Learn to say no. So when you say yes to another project or help a coworker, there's some people who are good time wasters. They want to help you, but they have not finished what they're doing. And when they come to help you, they will also not finish yours because they will have to go and help somebody else. It means you're effectively saying no to the task you have already prioritized. This, you must be able to know what you can say no, but let it not be an attitude of saying no. Let that one be to you. Let it be a warning. Do not, in entrepreneurship, we don't say no at first, and we never say no, we say yes. The owner of Virgin Atlantic wrote a book and said, anytime you ask me for anything, I will tell you yes. But remember, when it comes to goals, what is not going again are within that. You can say no, or you can decide or diarize, particularly in the organization. Some people may take this one on literal, everything that you'll be told to say, we were taught by Dr. Stanley Karanja. You can say no and stay focused to my core business. No. What you must be able to understand, the attitude behind it. You are saying no because there's something you want to clear now. You are to do. Then you can diarize it, or I can delegate it better for you. Yes. Is the attitude. Take your time before committing to doing another task. Be careful again with this. You need to take time before committing to doing another task, but this one has destroyed many people. Time is of essence. Speed, quality, cost are interrelated. Say something, can I get back to you? Sometimes saying, can I get back to you on this, gives you the opportunity to delegate, research more about the new task, ask experts for more information. This is the way to be able to have teams that can be able to deliver. Conscious tip on this one: improve your self-esteem and confidence by evaluating your own work and learning to say no in certain circumstances. And also saying no even to yourself. Delayed gratification. There comes in place. There are some things you want to do in life which are wasteful. Say no to them. Delayed gratification. So you must be able to know, what are you saying no? Is it a waste? So again, that builds your self-management, your behavior, your integrity, your innovation, your initiative, your achievement drive, optimism, resilience, managing your stress, and being agile, and a personal intentionality. Ensure to organization productivity. Productivity is basically defined as a ratio of outputs versus input. What is the balance? What is the ratio? What are we getting out of it? You are paid in the organization with what you bring. Is it positive or negative? Ask your personal question. In this life, are you an asset or are you a liability? Self-evaluation, self-management. Now go to your department, go to your organization. Are we, our outputs, what we input and what we output, what is greater? Because again, when we go to non-government organization, the inputs you have to get output, what were the outcomes? They need to have positive outcomes, because when there are positive outcomes, then inputs, you have process to outputs. From outputs, you go to outcome. From outcome, you go to impact. We need to be impactful in this life. You as a person, are you gonna become impactful to yourself and to others? Why productivity matters? When you know yourself, you're gonna become a person of higher productivity. You shall lower the costs in the business. You shall be able to do more. We shall be able to be competitive. We shall lower our prices. We shall develop higher market shares. So we shall be growing our brand value and brand portfolio. We shall have higher profits, and our return on investment shall be higher. So in a nutshell, we are talking of 5 productivity strategy. Prioritize what to do. First of all, you cannot prioritize if you don't have the vision, the mission, and the values and goals. Prioritize. Don't forget the four quadrant time management technique. Communication. This, you must communicate, and it's never enough. There are some people who don't hear. That's how they are, and they don't know that they hear. Communicate, communicate, communicate. In writing, in verbal, whatever it takes, until they know. Communicate, have a board, write to them, they see with their eyes. Ensure they even participate in the communication. Ability to focus. Let us focus to our core, continuously, consistently. Do not forget, you are the owner and author of your own stress. But if you don't have stress, someone else will give you stress. Please create stress, the positive one. It's called eustress. So the negative stress, when it comes, you'll be able to manage, because you are an expert in managing big things. So when it comes to a bit about performance measures, productivity, remember the capacity, utilized capacity versus available capacity. That one, you utilized capacity, available capacity, you have a lot of capacity in your mind, in your brain, what you can be able to do. Research shows 95% of your mental capacity you'll die with it unutilized. Get it utilized. You have a lot of capacity. We need to unleash your potential in many of the other things. Speed of delivery, again, lead time, variability of due date, speed of delivery. If you want to manage stress, don't wait for that last day. Do it now, and do it correctly, and do it accurately, so that you're available to do more. Flexibility, set up costs for switchover. What's the volume the one need? Set up time, product mix, flexibility. You need to be flexible in everything that you do. Agile, self-management, agility. Give it to me. We can even decide we'll be doing this training at night. Why not? Some of my colleagues are doing it. When we are doing it at this time in Kenya, they're in US. It's midnight in some places. So when it comes to personal productivity model, remember, mechanical, be a project tracker, clear, have very clear steps, information, have your deadlines with you, reminders, sequence, and reschedule. Emotionally, ensure that you leverage your strengths, your talents, develop eustress, positive stress goals, reduce bad habits, say no to bad habits, say yes to any good thing that comes. Negative self-talk, you are great. Watch yourself in a certified mirror, you are great. See what is great in you. Excel in it. Develop supportive network of your colleagues, of your networks, of your family. Ask for help where possible. We are there to help you. We are there to help you. That's where we are in business to help you. Physically, energy levels, take care of your physical intelligence. Continue in your organization. Create great work environment. Work in the environment that you are in. Private, sometimes you need the private quiet to think. Meditate. Me time, go think alone sometimes. Take some 1 hour, 2 hours. Even 30 minutes alone, think. What are you doing in this life? Are you adding value in the organization? I'm gonna feature watu white. Organize desk and office. Try where possible. Protect against distraction. And you'll become a person of greater productivity. Greater productivity. There is one more productivity model, and it's just a summary of what we've been learning. You need to focus. It's called FEDAMP. FEDAMP, it's about focus. That is the bullseye. Focus. This is where you define what you intend to achieve, your goals, your sub-goals, and plan. Then efficiency. Those goals, we have only a certain limited time available in any day to make more time for these things you want to do. So become efficient at these things. This is why we call as speed. When you get something, don't waste time. Focus your brain there. There are some people who they do same thing whole day. The output, you will wonder. Increase your speed, your brain. It is elastic. It can achieve more. Distractions, FEDAMP. Distractions, D. They are everywhere, all trying to take you off the course. The devil is a liar. The devil is real. The devil is a distractor. Identify those small devils. This is all about eliminating distractions so that you can be able to deliver what you are focused with speed, efficiency. Action. Do it now. Do it accurately. If it's not now, still do it by diarizing. Nothing gets done unless action is taken. This is where you start doing and keep doing. And there's nothing great in this world like getting things done. Action, execution. So we have the focus, we have the efficiency, we have be careful of the distractions, be careful never to postpone. Procrastination is the thief of time. Action it. Motivation, this is why you are doing it. While keep going, even in the darkest of the time. Believe even when you have the distractions that you want to get it right. You want to get it because the outcome, there's hope. You are the person, the dam. Without you, there are no goals, no action. Looking after yourself is critical. Self-management. Love yourself first. Go and buy something good for you. When you need to indulge yourself, treat yourself well. And the bonus in the diagram, which spans throughout all the 6 areas, is good habits. You can't simply stop bad habits. You must replace them with good ones. Replace bad friends. Yes. And replace them with good ones. Show me thy friends. I'll show you. Tell you more about you. The more good friends you have, the more good habits you have, the more good colleagues you have. But again, you do not have an option in organization. The colleagues that you have, we have a responsibility to make them better. The bad friends you have a responsibility to inspire goodness in them. So also them, they can refer you as the epitome of goodness. The more good habits you adopt, the easier being productive ninja you will be. Goodness and mercy shall follow all the days of our lives. Learn how to prioritize in self-management. Transparency, be a transparent person. Stop a lot of hierarchy, get to the core. Self-managed teams, work together with them. Self-managed teams, yeah, no hierarchy. Number 3, we have to be in teams. We have different abilities. So let's continue working teams. Let's not seek for privileges all the time. Let's work for no privileges. Stop getting, in fact, there is one law on success that says sometimes you need to work so hard. And remember, even what you are paid today, you have always to be paid less than what you work for. The theory, the social theory of money. You will work hard today and you shall be paid less. Please continue working harder. Because there's a day you'll work for less and earn more. That's the social theory of money. If you think you can hold, it goes negatively on you. So no privileges, you're the privilege. Salary balance, be careful. You talk, some people say, I work exactly to my salary. Salary is to keep you alive. You have more potential in this life. It's a medium of exchange. And the more you connect, and I can talk about salary. There was this great nurse. He was in this one great hospital. There was this great billionaire who was so sick. Family has gone. Everybody could not understand what happened. He was stressed. He was being taken care of by this nurse. This nurse loved this patient, this customer, took great care. The things all that they did. The nurse had very little salary, focused. But you know, guess what happened? On the deathbed, the person declared and wrote to the nurse that is she gonna be the heir of all the wealth. So sometimes when you are doing goodness, you do not know where yours will come. Salary is where it keeps us. There is a greater thing that is coming. You never know. 6, no controls. You are the controller. Measure and track. In fact, here we say 3 T's. Track, trace, and trend. Knowledge management. A great concept we trained. How do we track in performance management? How do we track? How do we trace? How do we trend? Measure, track, trace, trend. So that you can also, it's a motivation. Where am I today? Where am I going? Am I achieving things? 8, share decision making. In the community of knowledge management, records management, and knowledge management, we share with one another. Then no layoffs. Why are you laying people? They need to be productive. It's our responsibility. Unless somebody has refused, then you let it go and let them know they're the owners of their self-layoffs. Profit share. We will always share the greatness and the goodness. If what we do, we are really focused to deliver. The profit sometimes is not the money, it's the greatness, the gratitude, the resilience, the endurance, the integrity that will come to make us whole. I thank you all. This morning it was a good time. Next, our webinar will be on Thursday, next Thursday, same time, 8:30 to 10 a.m. on social awareness and relationship management. Remember, there are 4 quadrants in emotional intelligence. Last webinar we handled, last EQ webinar, we have many other webinars, but specifically on EQ, we had the social, we had the self-awareness. Today we have tackled self-management. How do you manage yourself and become impactful even to others? Next week we'll do 2, social awareness and relationship management. We shall also border on this. How do you understand others, and so that you can be able to manage better and become profitable? And profits is about the greatness, the fulfillment, and the actualization after self-mastery. We saw that. So I want to thank you all, and I welcome you and your friends and your families, if possible, to these webinars in the coming week. We will continue serving you. So Dr. Stanley Chege Karanja, my name. I believe in getting things done. And I hope by you joining this session, you're a better person and you're going to better the world. You're going to better the organization. You'll increase the organization, your self-productivity, others' productivity on organization productivity. You manage yourself better, you'll be a happy person. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless you. And should you have any question, I'm in charge. So you can write. You can write key learning of the day today as we conclude. Now it's 10 o'clock, the time to end our webinar. You can write your learning for the day. Please get to the chat. Just write. It's always good that there's something you've taken. That's what you write. Remember, you'll go with it far. That's what you have ciphered. One. Then I can be able to have 2 volunteers to share 1 or 2 experiences. Then we can call it a day. So let's go to our chat box. Chat box, your learning of the day, your take home, what you're gonna do from today going forward. What is your focus from today going forward? Personal or business? Welcome. Personal or business, you're welcome. So let's have 1 more minute. You don't postpone. You don't postpone, you do it now. Procrastination is the thief of time. Procrastination is the thief of time. There are those people who say, I will do, not written anywhere, nowhere. They'll never do, they don't do. Bad culture. They become bad self. Procrastination is the thief of time. Prioritization is the answer. Getting things done. Remember, core. Capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. Track, trace, and trend. Thank you. Begin in charge of yourself, taking responsibility. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Wellington. This is the epitome of knowledge management. You must record so that you can track, we can trace, we can trend performance. We can be able to ask ourselves, where are we today? Where are we tomorrow? Where were we? Where are we? We start creating stress. Thank you, Joseph. Create stress. In fact, when people see this, they say, this guy is so focused. He has no time to waste. Even your friend who think you are time wasters, they will not, they will know you're a person of value. Thank you, Peter. Excellent subject. Delivery, create difference between leading robotic life and being human. Yes, be human. Enjoy life. Stop being in the rat race. Enjoy. Even the birds of the air, they have something to eat. God provides. Don't stop just bad habits. Replace them with good ones. Thank you, Beverly. Always getting things done, knowing when to say yes and when to say no. Winnie, thank you. Knowing when to say yes and when to say no. But mostly, do not develop attitude of saying no. Even the no is still yes. Say no. Continue saying, may I check and get back to you. That is the attitude. And we will be blessed, all of us. We'll be the epitome, adopt GTD, getting things done. Core, capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. So being in charge, thank you all. Focus, motivation, GTD, learn about, and learning about the social theory of money. Yes, you have to work so hard today. There's other benefits which is not about money. I tell young people, when you are young, you are there to learn so that you can earn. It is unfortunate if you start by earning, because the lessons will be bitter lessons. So learn and learn very well so that later in life, you will earn, and not vice versa. Because you earn first, the consequences, the learnings will be better. Know the value of speed, quality, and course assignments, and personal goals without procrastination. Thank you, Faith. So thank you, all of you, and anyone who can say a word? Anyone who can say a word? Robert Koech can say a word, and also Robert.
Okay. Thank you, Daktari. I didn't expect you to pick me, but thanks a lot. This has been an eye opener for me. There are many learnings. I think it may need time for me to really take time to go through forecasts, and especially on looking at some of these things which have been distracting me, and be able to come up with a goal, and also have a strategy for myself, which will, at the end of the day, result in performance to my personal life, family, and also my organization. Thank you very much. We really appreciate. Thank you for the training today. I really feel like it was a short time. I don't know. It should have gone for another 1 hour. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a training. Thank you, Robert. This is a training we do for 5 days. We do for 5 full days. There is so many tools we indulge with, we engage, we do. We have time outside, we go, and mostly we like doing it either in Naivasha, but mostly in Mombasa, where there's low humidity, people relax, stress management. We do various activities for 5 days. By the time you come out there, you're very, very happy. Celestine Musanga, where are you? Put your video on and say something. That's a way I feel sometimes we like giving people some opportunity to say something. Celestine? Is Celestine there? Yes, Musanya. Celestine? Celestine Musanya. Okay. Rehema. You had said something, Rehema? Rehema? You know I'm taking roll call. I'll give certificates. You know you need to have attended. I'm taking roll call now. Rehema? You know in these challenges of webinars, somebody can log in and disappear. Leave it as there are people who have 5 phones. They log into this webinar, they leave it going on. I'm taking roll call now.
Rahema has just left.
Left, okay.
Yes.
Celestine? Celestine, there's someone who told me another day in another webinar, please, I don't like being to talk, but don't worry. So again, Beverly or Wellington to close for us. Last word, and then thank you, hoping to see you. Beverly, take us to Mombasa. We are waiting particularly for the graduation. Yes, thank you. This is a 5-day training. And sometimes we take organization. We've done for Kenyatta National Hospital, for Kengen, even effective coaching and mentoring, where we take senior leadership or the department that comes. Sometimes it's cross-sectional. We've done a lot of management for NHIF, HR teams, different ones, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Housing, and it's been a great time. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and let's look forward to meet next week, same time on Thursday. And please, the document self-evaluation, go fill it. Next week, that shall be our discussion. Did you fill it? And that document, you can also make it for the organization. What are the tenets shall you use for the organization? Then we can discuss further. Thank you, and the good Lord bless you and have a wonderful day. It's 10:10.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Doc.
Asanteni sana. Thank you. Bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daktari. Good day.
Celestine, where are you? You are driving.
Yes.
I
But
tell
I'm
you.
attended.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Celestine. You are happy, you are blessed?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Thanks, Peter. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Kwaheri, everybody.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Joseph, barikiwa. Twende tufanye mambo sasa.
Asante sana.
Asante. Thank you.